Ready, set, secure.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brandt and I'm the Data Analytics Practice Manager for SET Solutions. In today's video, we're going to discuss content management within your SOAR tools. So let's first discuss what SOAR is and what it's used for. So SOAR is security orchestration, automation, and response tools. These tools are used by security organizations to automate common incident response tasks like responding to phishing emails, blocking IPs or URLs, or even opening tickets. These tasks are built into playbooks to allow for advanced workflows within your automation. The intent of these tools is to help enable your SOC analysts to be more efficient and productive with their time. So SOAR tools work very closely with your SIM, as your SIM is often what triggers the playbooks. So for those of you that watched the previous video on SIM content management, you know that we highlighted the importance of defining and documenting your response plans as part of building out your SIM rules. By having these clearly defined, not only does it give your SOC analyst operating guides to work from, it also clearly defines your roadmap for what you need to build out within your SOAR. You'll have clarity into what automation is needed and what are the most common tasks required and performed by your SOC analyst. So just like anything else, the first step is planning out your playbooks for building out your SOAR content. As we discussed earlier, SOAR tools use workflow logic to enable automation. So if you have your incident response plans already defined, it should be straightforward to translate these plans into a workflow diagram. If you do not, then you're going to need to work with your SOC analyst to understand what incident response processes are they following and what needs to be performed. From there, you'll then document it out into a workflow diagram, and this workflow diagram is what becomes your playbook. Once you have the playbook planned out and documented, you can begin to actually build your playbook inside of your SOAR tool. So it's important that you start simple and not overcomplicate your playbook. One of the things we often see is people overcomplicate things from the beginning and bite off a little bit more than they can handle. Keep it simple and add to it over time. So for instance, we recommend starting with some of the most repetitive or time-consuming tasks for your analyst, such as opening tickets or blocking IP addresses. In the example below on this slide, we have a playbook where we pull the whois information for an IP address, and based on the response in that whois information, we either immediately take a block action or prompt a security analyst for further review before taking any action. So while this is a very simple playbook, it can help save a lot of time and help keep your environment safe and become a building block for more advanced playbooks in the future. On this slide, we see a more complex and developed playbook that's been built out over a period of time. As we discussed earlier, you want to build this over time and add in automated tasks a few at a time. As each of these tasks is added into the playbook, it's important that it goes through rigorous testing. So with any automation, you want to go through rigorous testing to avoid any potentially unwanted consequences. So how many of you have been a part of or experienced some sort of outage from something as simple as resetting a password or blocking a URL? I know I have way too many times. We want to prevent any outages or issues as best we can by performing testing and adding safeguards into our playbooks where applicable. This will help protect our environment and keep us from causing issues within our production networks. We also highly recommend having a development or test SOAR environment where you can build out playbooks without affecting your production environment. Then, just like our SIM content, we want to make sure we regularly review our SOAR content as well. Your network is constantly changing with new technology, or if you're following the process we discussed in the previous video, you should have new SIM content coming out as well. You need to make sure your playbooks are up to date to support this new content and new technology within your environment. One tip we like to recommend that helps make this review process a little bit easier is to log the actions and metrics of your playbook back into your SIM or another reporting tool. This makes it easy for you to create reports or dashboards off of your SOAR data to highlight areas for future development. If you would like to discuss SOAR content management or need help getting the maximum value out of your SOAR tool, reach out to your Set Solutions account manager and we're happy to help. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed the video.